So here we go, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Kings of Anglia Track the Girls Talk podcast. I'm your host, Ever Roscoe, and big shout out, as always, to our sponsors, John Fowler Solicitors. Big up Michael Kennedy, who I'm sure enjoyed his trip to Plymouth last weekend. Oh, it's been busy, everybody. It's been busy. But yeah, another great show to bring you, a jam-packed show. Blue Wilson, Town Women skipper, co-host, and special guest, the returning 2-assist player, Sophie Peskett. We've got a lot to talk about. Blue, always a pleasure. How are you?
I'm good, Ross. I'm busy. I'm gutted that I missed out on the Plymouth trip, but a decent result and sounds like a busy, fun weekend for you and the team.
Yeah, it was. 5 goals is always good. Second year in a row, we scored 5 goals at home park. And person below us on this chat made her second return. Some more minutes, 44 minutes now in the tank, Peskett. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thanks, Ross. Yeah, no, I'm good, thank you. Obviously, it's so good to be back. As you said, 44 minutes is not too much, but I've loved every minute of it. So yeah.
Yeah, steady as it goes, Blue. Steady as it goes, and I'm sure you saw her last week in the Luton game. I'm sure from afar when you saw that name Peskett coming on as a sub, I'm sure that was another good thing to see.
Yeah, of course, and averaging quite a good return at the minute. I mean, that's an assist every 22 minutes. So Peskett, if you can keep that up and add a few goals, I mean, I'm happy with that. Quality over quantity and all that.
Yeah, no, I'll try my best.
And let's as a whole, Peskett, it's been a journey. 410 days was the number of when you made your return last week. How's it been in terms of just being back, playing with your teammates on the field, and just kicking the ball about again?
Yeah, it's been so good. I've been training obviously with the team for quite a while now. I think I've been training fully contact the last couple of months. So it's sort of been a long time coming. I knew it was sort of coming soon, and the build up to it, I said to Blue, I sort of knew I had to get through each session, so I didn't get too ahead of myself. But the last 2 weeks, sort of being in and involved in the squad, like it's just been unbelievable. And it's all I've ever wanted. So yeah.
And has your outlook changed on football since you've had the injury and been through the rehab? Are you more grateful now, or does that sort of fade away when you're in it?
I 100% think I am more grateful. I think I did speak to you actually, Blue. I sort of said a couple of months ago, I was like, I don't care how I play, like I just want to play.
Yeah.
When you do get back in, you do still get frustrated yourself, and you do, because obviously I think being a footballer, you do have that mindset, like you're going to want to be the best version of yourself. So I do still sort of have moments where I'll get frustrated and stuff, but I also think that having that injury, I can like snap out of it quite quick. Like sometimes if I do see myself in training or in a game getting frustrated at, I don't know, a bad pass, I can then think to myself, no, like, remember, like 6 months ago, I was just grateful to be running. So yeah, I do definitely think my mindset's changed on it, but I am guilty of, you do always still sort of, you can sort of forget, I guess, like how far you've come in a sense. So I think it's changed, but as I said, you sort of, I think it's about snapping out of it that it's definitely improved.
Yeah.
I want to take you back, Pesk. You've got to get your memory cap back on. The 13th of November, I think it was. Of course, Luton Town at Burton Rovers, stepping onto that pitch for the first time. What can you remember? Your just emotions at that time coming on for Anna Gray, and just stepping on that pitch for the first time.
Honestly, I feel like it's all a bit of a blur. Like I was so like focused. I think Blue probably noticed when I sort of got the heads up to sort of go and warm up, I didn't even really look at her. I was just sort of so in the zone, I guess you could say, which I sort of expected. But yeah, no, it was an unbelievable feeling. I still sort of heard the crowd, and I just remember, I think it was Boz, Biggs, and I think maybe Tash, I can't remember. It was Lucy O'Brien. I remember they sort of just said to me, like, Pest, just go and enjoy it. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. And I think the fact that I sort of didn't put as much pressure on myself, I think I ended up playing better than I actually thought I would. So yeah, no, it was great.
Just the 4 minutes. Peskett was on the pitch and she got an assist. I'm sure that was good to see. I know we spoke about it on the pod last week, but I'm sure that was just, doing what she does best, assist goals.
Yeah, of course. We don't expect anything else, really, do we? But yeah, to get an assist, I mean, I like seeing Pesk going back on. I was kind of like, no one was expecting anything in terms of there was no pressure. It was just about minutes, if that makes sense. So anything was a bonus, but obviously to have an assist, and it was a good performance as well, nearly a goal. So it was great to see, and I think part of that first few minutes back is mentally just being on the pitch and feeling what it feels like again, because it's been so long. So that's what I imagine it's going to be like for me, and it's a mental tick box that then you can push on. But I think probably with Pest's mindset, she'll analyse the performance and stuff like that. But yeah, I was conscious that I didn't want to make a big deal of it before, and didn't really speak to Pest before, just because I didn't want it to be a thing. She just needed to do it, and she was more than ready, and she knew that. So yeah, it made me really happy that week. And yeah, what a pitch to make your return on, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was a bit boggy.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest pitch in the world, but of course it was a complete change of pitch against Plymouth. But we'll get onto that in a bit. But as a whole, Peskett, I'm sure it's just great to be back. Obvious statement. Don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm sure once again it's just good to play with your teammates again. I'm sure everyone is just so happy to see you back.
Yeah, no, it's just great. Everyone's been amazing. Blue, all my teammates, all the staff, everyone's sort of just saying like how proud they are of me. And as again, I think it's really helped that no one seems to be putting pressure on me. I think, as Blue said, like anything that I do get, any goal contributions or a good performance, like it's just a bonus. So yeah, definitely players just sort of having my back and saying like, look, Pest, just enjoy it. Like it's helped so much.
It's good to hear. That's good to hear. And Blue, should we talk about ACLs as a whole? Because it's becoming, sadly, every week or every month you see just certain players, and a big player, Women's Player of the Year for BBC for 2022, second in, Ballon d'Or runner-up. Beth Mead has fortunately had that news on the weekend.
Yeah, I was actually at the game, so that was the reason I wasn't in Plymouth. I took my sister, who's a big Ella Toon fan, to the Arsenal United game at the Emirates, and there was 40,000 people there, so it was a decent crowd and a great game as well. 3-2 thriller, but we were the side where Beth Mead sort of went down, and as soon as she went down, I was like, please no. And then she walked past us and she was crying, and I was like, that might be sort of thoughts come into your head, and you're just like, I watched it back and I was like, I think that's an ACL. But so common. It's like ridiculously common. And it's horrible. And I don't know what more can be done in terms of research, specifically on the female game and female athletes. Because you see the list now. I mean, you've got Alexis Putellas, who's done hers. You've got Beth Mead. So the two top footballers in the world right now have both done ACLs, and the list is just insane. So I don't know what more can be done, but more does need to be done at the top as well as our league as well, because it's just scary numbers. Football is a high intensity game, and our bodies probably aren't made for pivoting sports like this at this level. But still, there must be some ways where we can reduce it, because it's awful. I think me and Pest going through the rehab process, it's not fun for anyone.
No, yeah, because we've had, even Sophia and Leonie Telford as well, this season. Peskett, what's your feelings like when you see players, definitely it's a player like Beth Mead, suffer that injury, I'm sure that gives you flashbacks of like, oh no.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. I think it sort of brings flashbacks to basically what I went through. And I think the horrible thing is that you literally see them every week now. You see someone on Instagram or Twitter saying, gutted to have done my ACL, and like you just think, yeah, like when I sort of what needs to be done to actually reduce the risks. Obviously, it's one of them things that you can never prevent it. It's always going to happen. But again, there is ways to reduce the risk of it. And when it's players like Beth Mead, you think, well, like what can be done, because they're at the top of their game. I'm sure they've got the best physios, strength and conditioning coaches. So yeah, it's never nice. But yeah, as you said, I think it just shows that lots more needs to be done, lots more research to sort of try and reduce the numbers a lot.
Because yeah, some people think, oh, it's just the pictures and stuff, but that was at the Emirates, so
Yeah.
you know, it's not all about that. And I sent you an article, Blue, about kit and stuff like that, because a lot of you girls got to wear men's boots, men's footballs and stuff like that. Do you think that's more stuff that should be sort of looked into? And yeah, what's the answer really?
I guess I'm a big believer in that the women's game is progressing, and especially after the Euro success, it is progressing. But along with that research and medical support also needs to progress. So I think as it continues and women's football becomes bigger, there'll be more money and more interest in solving these issues. Whereas before, when women's football was a bit smaller, had a bit of smaller audience, there wasn't quite as much motivation. So I really hope that more research is done into women's specific boots and training and whatever that entails. I'm not a scientist. I'm not like a researcher, but I think probably the number of studies compared to the men's side of things is significantly smaller, because in the past we haven't needed it because women's football's been smaller. So I really hope there's more emphasis on it, just for everyone's sake, really.
Definitely. All right then. Well, let's segue to the long trip to Devon for the second year in a row at home park, a 5-0 win. But before that, Peskett, this is your first, overnight stay as a player, knowing you're going to be playing on the Sunday. You did this trip last year, both you and Blue did, but this year you were preparing for a game to play at some point in this game. How was that? It's a long trip. We all know that, but I'm sure you were just buzzing, I'm going to play tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it was always an exciting one. I sort of was looking forward to it the whole week before. After Luton game, I was like, okay, right, we've got Plymouth. This is exciting. Because I can exactly remember the mindset that I had this time, the last year when we played them. I just got injured. And I think when I was warming up on the pitch before the game, I remember thinking like, wow, like literally only a year on, and yeah, I'm so much stronger and I'm just in a much better place than I was. I think that was when I went to Plymouth, I didn't think it was my ACL. I was thinking, oh, I'll be out for 6 weeks. I think I'd had the scan, but I hadn't had the results back. And I was just sort of feeling like, oh no, this is great. Like, 'cause my knee felt quite good. But at the time I wasn't strong. And yeah, I just think I've come a long way. So to actually prepare for a game, like it was amazing. And yeah, I remember just sort of being on the pitch and like really appreciating it, which I think is always good. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to quickly ask, have you changed much about your preparation before a game, or is it pretty much the same as you were before the injury?
It's hard because I almost can't remember what it was like to prepare for a game. Like, I think I underestimated the match day routine. I sort of completely forgot like when to eat and all that stuff. Like, it sounds really silly, but you do. It just goes something that you don't think about. But I definitely think things like visualization and stuff, I do more of now. And I think I've changed it in a way, but I don't think it's changed too much. I think I was always quite, I guess, focused on the game and always trying to like eat the right things and stuff. So I don't think it's changed too much, but potentially the visualization side of it, I think I've made a conscious effort to, I think, use that as a way to, I guess, help my performance now. So I definitely think that's improved.
Good answer. And Blue, we said this last week. Peskett has become a beast pretty much in terms of just you've been in the gym, been working on that, you've strengthened everything, and yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see. I know Peskett's Gonna absolutely love that, by the way.
Well, she wasn't happy with me when I told she was skinny. She's a skinny girl.
I said to him, he was on my table at Plymouth, and I went, Ross, I need to have a word with you. I said, you called me a skinny girl. And then he was like, yeah, but Pess, like, you were all a bit skinny. And I was like, yeah, no, I know, Ross, you were right. I just didn't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
It's funny, the pictures before your injury and the pictures now, obviously the amount of photos, by the way, Pesk shows me of her quads in the gym. And I'm going to expose you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Go for it.
But yeah, you're obviously in really good shape. Been in the gym. Probably hitting the gym more now you're back playing than you were before the injury, would you say?
Yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, my program now is still quite full on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm 100% doing more gym than I used to. And it's because you need to just maintain that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue always laughs at me, but, I take it on the chin.
Banter in it, banter.
Yeah.
Team bonding and all that. You've got to have a bit of banter, always. And Pesk, how do players sort of, when you've done that long trip, when you get to the hotel, like what do you have to do in terms of just some sort of recovery in terms of being sat on a coach? I know there's stops in there, but to sort of prepare yourself for a game tomorrow, I'm sure you've got to make sure everything's, your muscles is been stretched out and everything like
that. I think using the stops to sort of just stretch your legs and stuff. We all a lot of people bring a pillow and a blanket so you can have a nice little sleep on the coach.
Yeah.
But it is hard, to be fair. Like when we got to Plymouth, I was like, right, I need to have a good stretch. I joked to Nicola and I was like, right, we need a yoga session. So yeah, I think it is hard because you've got a very long day. It does take everything out of you, but yeah, just got to try and keep moving and have a little walk up the coach and catch up with different people.
Definitely. Long trip. And Blue, as I said, second year in a row, beating Plymouth 5-0. Looking from afar, looking at Kieran's tweets, I'm sure you're a happy skipper.
Yeah, after the first half, I was happy. I was like, yeah, it's decent start. And then sort of refreshing Twitter towards the end of the game. And it almost got to a point where every time I refreshed it, there was a goal. I was like, oh, the girls have turned it on then. So yeah, good 5-0, sounded comfortable. I saw Plymouth had a few chances, half chances, I'm not sure. But I'd like to know more about the Bonnie free kick, as I haven't seen that back yet.
Goal Claxton for Bonnie. Woo! Yeah. But yeah, Peskett, take it away. I think it was Abby Lafayette, she was standing with it, and then also Bonnie. And I think Bonnie must have had a word and gone, I think this is me, this. But yeah, Pes, talk about it.
Yeah, so just outside the area, Laf's run up and she's gone to take it. And I thought, oh, go on, Laf, she's got this in her locker. And then she's just stopped. And then Bonnie's gone in, what was it? So she's gone right foot. It's sort of gone, is it gone around near the wall? And it's just gone sort of like bottom right. I think it was similar to her goal at home. I can't remember who it was against, but her free kick, I feel like it was fairly similar.
Yeah, I think so too. I forgot who it was against now because she scored a few now. I think she's on 5, for the season. So she's up their game this season because last year she scored once on her debut, and then she went the whole season without scoring. But now this season, it's just like At first I was like, Bonnie Allred goal Claxton, but now it's like standard really for Bonnie. So, but no, good goal from her. A good finish. I thought a decent finish was Sarah Brazera Carrera, of course, returning after playing for England. And then we had to really rode the storm against Plymouth in the second half. They really were still in control, but fair play to them. They really did test us. They got a bit physical. There's all weathers during the game. I had to go up in the stand at one point because I was like, I'm not getting wet. I stay as long as I can, but when it's getting too much, I'm going up. But fair play to Plymouth, Pes.
Yeah, no, they stuck at it. I know when I come on, I sort of come on about 70 minutes, something like that. And they had a lot of chances. We had a couple defending free kicks, and I was thinking, oh God, like I need to try and sort of change this. Like I didn't know how I was going to do it. But then something just switched. I think we might have got a free kick or something. And then from there, I think after Tash's first goal, we just, Lucy O'Brien come on. And yeah, something switched and we just sort of were very ruthless. But as I said, yeah, Plymouth, they gave us a good go. They were very physical. I remember saying to O'Brien on the bench, I was like, I think I'm going to be in for a bit of a shock here, because they were a lot more physical than Luton were. But I think I needed that, and I think we all rose to it. So that's always a good sign.
Yeah, I think it was the perfect time. I wouldn't say it's the perfect time. I looked up, then I just saw your first sort of like exchange into a player in terms of like getting wiped out. Can you remember your thoughts on that moment? Like, I'm sure that was a sort of like, ooh, first, because it's the Luton game. You were most of the time just running at them. But the Plymouth game, they were trying to stop you.
I think I was mostly just annoyed because I was sort of in full stride, thinking, right, I could like get something here, and then she just takes me down. So I was a bit frustrated, I think. So I think that's good that I didn't, I guess, overthink it or anything. But yeah, I knew that I needed that. There was then Tash's second goal. Goalie absolutely took me out. They all celebrated, just left me on the floor. That's all right. But no, I think I remember Nicola saying to me, she was like, "Oh no, Peskett's on the floor. Is she all right?" But yeah, no, I was fine, and yeah, I think it's been a perfect introduction into sort of like the physicality of the game, really. Luton game let me settle in, and then Plymouth, nice pitch. So yeah, that's always good.
Perfectly teeing you up for a hat trick this weekend, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Just joking. There's no pressure.
No
pressure. No pressure at all. But I want to quickly mention Blue. Natasha Thomas. 2 goals, and I thought she really deserved her goals as well. In the first half, she had to really work hard. I think she couldn't get into positions to score, but in the second half, I thought she really worked hard and she deserved those 2 goals. One of them was Peskett's assist. But as a striker and also scoring in a stadium is always good. But yeah, 2 goals for Tash.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think it always helps when your outright sort of number 9 is in form, confidence throughout the team. Obviously, it helps when you've got good balls going in from the wingers. And yeah, we want a spread of goals everywhere, like you're seeing Bonnie on the score sheet more. So we're not relying on Tash as our number 9, but it's always nice to see her getting numbers. So hopefully that can continue.
Indeed. And yeah, as well, Pez, we've got everyone, as Bonnie said, not Bonnie, Blue said, because you said Bonnie, and Bonnie's here. And it said everyone's scoring all over the pitch. And Anna Gray, another goal for her. I'm sure it's just good to see everyone scoring. We just need to get a set piece goal. I want like Megan Waring or someone just to bullet header. That's all I want. So Pez, that's your job. No pressure.
I'm sure my height ain't going to help me getting a header, but I'll try.
Yeah. I mean, setting up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
can maybe see if you out of nowhere do a diving header, maybe. But like a bullet header, that's Megan Waring's job. And I also want to give a shout out to Nia Evans as well, Pest. I thought she had a good game when she came on as well.
Yeah, she was very good. Sort of Megan picked up a little bit of an injury. She was struggling a bit with that. So Joe sort of gave her the heads up, and he sort of said, yeah, just control it from the back. And that's exactly what she did. She looked confident. She controlled it. And she was really good. And I think to come on at the time she did, when they were sort of a bit on top, was really tough. But she sort of helped to change that. So, she done really well.
I thought everyone had a good game. I thought it was a professional performance, job done. Clean sheet, always good to see. I've had a few clean sheets now, which is good. And over 2,000 in attendance. So fair play to Plymouth. They're good crowds. They were booing us a few times. They brought the atmosphere up, which is good. And Blewitts, once again, it's just proven. Crowds are growing and growing every week. We want to, of course, grow at the AGL Arena as much as we can. But when we go to away games, it's good to see. We had a good little pocket of town fans as well. Credit to them. I think some of them did stay on after the men's game on Saturday. But yeah, 2,000 attendance. It's good to see.
Yeah, big shout out to our fans who either made the trip on the day or made it a weekend. I think it always helps. But yeah, 2,000 great numbers. I can't remember how many there were last season. Same
600, fixture. I think 600, something like that.
Oh wow, so big increase. Yeah. So yeah, especially when it's in a big stadium like that. I think all players love games, and I think there's no sort of a correlation. Maybe there's a correlation between us going to a nice stadium in home park and performing and getting 5-0 wins. Maybe that's it. If we could play Plymouth every season and get that 5-0, I don't know. I would like to be in the Championship, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it was Joe who made this point. Like, it must be so, what the feeling of like losing, going all that way, and to play badly, and I know getting injury from some players and lose. That trip must be horrible. Like Pest, like the trip. I thought everyone was very much just chilled out. I think everyone's just still knackered, and we know. I think in your mindset we've got 6 hours to get home. We know we're going to be home late. We've won the game, but we all just want to chill. And I think everyone was just having a nice little chin wag and everything like that. But to actually lose, that must be Let's not even think about it. I just brought it up just because. That's just But Peskett, away day food review. Blue, I'm sorry to say, we're going to rub this in your face because it was, Peskett, take it away. Yeah, I'm going to add my thoughts, but it was good.
Yeah, it was top tier. I think when we were walking over, right, me, Biggs and Nicola, so we're walking over and we're all starving, right? And Biggsy's got a picture of this. She's seen this picture on her phone of a roast dinner. She's gone, oh my God, I could absolutely eat a roast dinner right now. And I was like, no, stop it. Like, your mate, like, just shut up. Like, because I just thought, oh, it'll be a bit of pizza or something. We've walked over. Beatty's gone, oh my God, like, it's a roast dinner. She's like, no, it's like Toby Carver. And honestly, it made my day. It made it was unbelievable. It
was a buffet style, Blue. It wasn't just like, like in a box. It was like you got a plate. Yeah, the man with the meat, the two girls with veggies, parsnips, potatoes, peas, all of the veg. Some nice little bit of gravy. Job done.
I have a bit of a funny story actually.
Go on.
So we on the way out, there was these like they like pastries, and we walked past them, and Boz has gone, oh look, like, and obviously she can't eat it, she's gluten free, but she went, oh look, like, we've got a dessert, it's like got chocolate in it. So I was like, oh, like, I'll have a bit of that, and I thought, lovely. So I've like taken a bite out of it, and it was like meat inside it. And when like you're expecting something and you get the opposite, the worst thing in the world. And I literally, it was horrible. Like it was nice, but it's when you're expecting a bit of chocolate and you get that. It was not good.
So it's like a pasty or something.
Pasty. Yeah. Well, I think I heard on the grapevine. Apparently there was sticky toffee pudding.
Nice.
But I think we had to go because I think it was at that stage where we needed to leave. Because we've been there for a while, we had some lovely roast, but we had sticky toffee pudding on Saturday at the hotel. So it's like, do you want it back to back? Like, obviously, I'm having it back to back.
No doubt.
But no, big up Plymouth. I thought fair play to them because it's a long trip. Because like as I said, like Pesh, we don't want to eat pizza after a game. Like you understand, like Luton or something like that, fair enough. But 6-hour journey home, you want a nice filling meal, and to have a proper roast dinner. There's Christmas songs going on. Bit too early.
No, it's too early for that. I'm not having that.
It was feeling like we're eating a roast. We're like, at the moment, we stood there like, this is surreal. We're eating a roast dinner. Christmas music's on. The Christmas tree's over there. This is too early in November. But like, we're like, well. Yeah, that's what was missing. Crackers, Christmas hats. Father Christmas coming in. And all that sort of stuff. But no, once again, fair play to Plymouth. If there's any Plymouth fans or people who work for Plymouth listening, well done to you, because that was a top tier roast dinner, and gravy was needed. And I found out, by the way, Charlie Baxter just disgraced, to be honest.
No gravy.
He wanted ketchup. So Charlie Baxter, if you want to listen, mate, you know my feelings. I was sat next to him and I was like looking down. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, get over there with Kieran. Go over there with Kieran, because Kieran's the same, isn't he? But yeah, it was a top tier. So it's going to be hard to beat. I said the Chicken George last week at Luton was pretty good, but it's going to be hard to beat now, Plymouth. So we shall wait and see. Okay, then. It's now your time to shine. Once again, Peskett, it's 10 questions with, and we're going to get very deep straight off the bat with the first question. And we probably know what the answer is, but it could be a different answer. It's up to you. What has been the one thing you've had to overcome in football?
I'd love to say something different, but it probably would be obviously the injury that I've just sort of had to overcome. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't think of anything that sticks out to me as something else. So yeah, that would definitely be. I was going to say the highlight in my career, but it wouldn't be a highlight. It would be a I don't know the word to use, but basically I've learned a lot from it. So I'd say overcoming that has definitely made me a better player. So
Nice.
Off the back of that, what would you say? Because I guess in ACL rehab, you break it down month by month and stuff like that. And I think all ACL rehabbers will know that. What would you say was the hardest point or the toughest period in that however many, I don't like to count the days, but
I think the hardest point for me personally was around 4 months in, because you're like walking, you sort of feel sort of normal, and everyone's sort of thinking, oh, like she's been doing it for ages now, like she's all right. But you still feel so far away from playing, and you are still really far away from playing.
yeah.
But you're so bored of it at that stage. So I'd say, 4 months in for me was probably the hardest part, because you're at the start, it's something different. You're like, right, okay, you're sort of, I don't know, like first 3
Motivated.
weeks, you're really
motivated by the challenge.
Whereas I remember by 4 months, I think there was a stage where my motivation levels really dropped, and it was where like the discipline aspect really has to kick in, and you just have to just do it, even if you're not motivated. So that was 100% the hardest stage for me. I've also underestimated the like return to play being like very hard. Obviously, when you're back training, it's great, and it is in some ways it's the best part, but it's also in some ways the hardest part, because you're there like, well, I'm back, but you're not in form. You've still got a long way to go. So I think that bit's been very hard for me, but I'm sort of ticking away at it and taking every day as it comes, I guess.
Good answer. I think although it's been the hardest challenge you've had to overcome, it's probably been the best period of your life, because of the amount of time you spent with me. Yeah. So I think we're probably both in agreement on that.
Well, to be fair, all Blue would really do is sort of moan about my music in the gym, and like it's not really acceptable, because I think anyone knows that my gym place, I really worked hard on it, and it is really good. So for Blue to sort of not like that, it did hurt me a lot,
I think it was a combination of maybe your music and your banter. I think probably just tipped me over the edge at points. But as the rehab journey progressed, I did work hard to try and build up my tolerance, and I think probably towards the end, I just accepted that good banter and music isn't always possible. So yeah.
Well, I think we sort of got better at learning to leave each other alone, didn't we?
Yeah.
If I had my AirPods in, you knew just not to speak to me.
Yeah.
I've sort of got to the point now. I don't even speak to Blue. I just go and give her a hug. Yeah.
Oh, funny. Yeah, it's been all right, actually. It's been all right. I'll move on to the second question. What is your ideal meal? EK gave us a full 3 course, which was which was pretty extravagant. Although I do think, thinking about it, Ross, she chose a Victoria sponge for dessert, and I'm sorry, I'm not taking that as a dessert. I didn't think it at the time, but I think it's more of that's an afternoon tea for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Pesk, if you want to go for a meal, go for a meal. It can be.
I had to go for something really boring, but I don't want to say it anymore.
No, go on.
Okay. So anyone that knows me will know that my go-to, not meal, but like just my thing, is porridge.
What's on top of the porridge?
So what I do is get porridge, cook it, and then you put a spoonful of Nutella in it.
Yeah.
Mix it, make it a bit chocolatey, and then you just put frozen like berries on top, so like raspberries. And I've got a cherries and berries mix, which is great.
Nice.
So and a little bit of honey on top as well.
Nice. So questionable mix here, right? So chocolate and fruit. Are you on that boat? So I struggle with it sometimes. And when I see a dessert menu, it's got chocolate and then it will have like a fruit sauce. I struggle with that. But you're
like chocolate and strawberries.
I know that's a classic combo, but say if I was having chocolate cake, I'd never have strawberry sauce on it. It's wrong.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I just think, chocolate porridge, bit of berries, it's beautiful.
All right,
True thing. That's it's the most important meal of the day, so I'm sure that sets you up.
Yeah.
Ready to take it on.
I want a bit more of an insight into your lunches and sort of main meals that you cook for yourself, as obviously you've been through them, and I often ask what you had for lunch. So I know you're a bit of a chef. So I think your standard is rice, ketchup, and beans or something like that.
No, it's pasta, beans, and cheese, which is nice, by the way. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The last 2 months, my mum and dad have come up to either watch me play or come up, and my mum's given me 10 Tupperware pots of food, and I'll just put it in the freezer. So I've kind of been living off that. I'm not gonna lie. But my go-to meal if I'm come home is I have beans on toast with scrambled egg and cheese.
Yeah, solid.
Which is decent. And I had that for breakfast actually before the Luton game.
It's decent breakfast.
So yeah,
solid. Good and feeling, because that was a debate on our table, weren't it, on Saturday, Pesk, about beans and pasta, and some people weren't having it.
I like
it. I like
it. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. It's wrong.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
It's nice.
It's nice.
But
then Boz, she was eating just plain. Don't know what it was.
She got a gluten-free pasta out a bit late, and she's just eating it plain. And it was really weird because the pasta actually did taste like porridge, which was weird.
So nice little, gone full circle from your favourite meal, porridge, to then that what Boz was eating tastes like and smelled like porridge. So there we go. Now, Pesh, we knew you went to Jamaica in the summer. What is your dream holiday?
Something that I've always wanted to do, and I feel like if I did it, it would probably be a bit underwhelming. But I've always wanted to go to New York at Christmas. I feel like it's something a bit different. Me and the heat don't really go well together. I sort of just burn. I just don't really like it being too hot. So I think a cold trip to New York would be my ideal holiday, I think.
That's a good answer. I don't think it's boring or dull. It's I think everyone wants to do that because it's just nice and Christmassy. They know what to do in New York, don't they? They really make it just because it's a massive place. But it's just everyone. I've been told by a few people who have gone. It's you've got to do it once in your life. So there we go.
Very nice. Next question: which other sport do you enjoy? Either watching, playing, following?
Not gonna lie, it's really boring, but I just don't really.
Football's it?
Another sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd always done different sports at school. I did cricket, gymnastics. I'd never liked netball.
No.
I just didn't like that. I did a bit of athletics, a bit of 200 metres. That's about it, really.
Fair enough. I can see you as a gymnast, actually.
Yeah. God, I wish.
You have to ask Nicola. She's got experience in gymnastics.
Ooh,
so.
That's good, actually, because we were in the gym and I was like, Nicola, we're having a handstand competition. Blue, were you there?
No, don't think I was.
You really missed out because it was good. And I done a handstand, and everyone was like, you didn't tell me you could do that. It was quite good.
So there it is, hidden gymnast.
Yeah.
There we go. I like it. I think you'll be good at the long jump, maybe. Is it long jump when you go into the sand? Is that long jump?
I've got my legs too short for that.
Possibly. Or the next question is maybe that could be your superpower. Maybe your legs can stretch out. But what if you could have a superpower? What would it be?
Oh, I feel like I've always said I'd want to be able to read. Is it read people's minds? But I don't think I would want to do that.
Dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that. So, something like flying or something. I feel like that'd be. I'd just be able to teleport.
Yeah.
If you can just imagine and go, right, I'm going to go to Jamaica, and you just go there. That's what I'd do.
That's a common answer now, isn't it, Blue? I think teleport's up there as the most one. Because you just want to be in one place. You don't need to worry about traffic. You don't need to worry about anything. You just go, boom, you're there. You should never be late either. But you know, just out of nowhere, teleport. It just stuck. It's like no. But no, that's good answer. Common answer. Like it.
Okay, next one. This might take a bit of thinking, maybe not. If you're stuck on a desert island with 3 teammates, who would you choose to be with?
3. Oh God. I feel like I would definitely take either Blue or Lucy O'Brien, not for like any other reason, but to actually get off because they're actually quite clever.
Pure banter. That's why you take me.
No, they'd probably annoy me, but I wouldn't speak to them. So I'd take probably one of them. Yeah, it would probably have to be O'Brien because Blue, just talking about the injury, it's just not a bit of me anymore, you know. And then I feel like I'd have to say I'd definitely take Biggs. Me and Biggs, we've never had an argument. Always just vibes, banter. So I'd have to take Biggs. And then either Boz or Kyra would be a laugh. EK would be a good shout, actually. Yeah, it's hard. I can't choose 3, but yeah.
I like it. Good answers. Now, what's on your bucket list then, Pesk? In football, in life, just whatever.
In football, I would love to, like, my goal would be to like go to a major tournament with England. That would be very cool. Sort of I guess a big dream, but yeah, something that I'd always love to do. So yeah, I'd probably say that.
And no skydives or bungee jumping?
No, that's too scary.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nothing on the list.
Okay. Maybe. No, I don't think so. Maybe go travelling somewhere.
Yeah.
What I would love to do is go travelling, like book a one way to like somewhere and then just see where I end up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's definitely something that I'm going to do after football when time allows. Because it's hard with football because you've got a 2-week period where you can do nothing, and then you're back onto pre-season. So I think post football, maybe before punditry, Pesk.
No.
Can see you as an Alex Scott.
God, I think people would get annoyed at me. They'd be like, she's annoying.
I'm sure you'll bring some amazing hot takes, just like, about a player and all that sort of stuff. But yeah,
bring some good stories.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Okay, next one. What is the one item you can't live without? I mean, after your food question, I think it's probably baked beans. But
no. Oh, I know what it is. It's my AirPods.
Yes, good shout.
I just couldn't. I genuinely, if I go to the gym and I leave my AirPods at home, I'm going home and getting them.
Oh.
I've done it before.
Yeah, AirPods.
I've got there and they've died, and then I've gone home, charged them, and come back. Genuinely, I can't live without it. I can't.
Okay.
They're a great creation because I know they can be expensive, some AirPods, but they're just a massive improvement on the wire one because you can't really I'm sure working out in the gym and just doing stuff you need to do. It's not great having just wires hanging about. Even when you're going for a run, you don't want wires hanging out. Yeah. So they are just practical, and that's what it's good. And that sort of segues nicely, Pesk, into the next question. Really, what song have you got on repeat at the moment?
Oh, I feel like I'll have to check.
Go ahead. Or songs. Yeah, take a look.
Let me have a look at my playlist. Oh, okay.
What are you listening to now, Blue?
Me, I'm just looking through mine at the same time, seeing what I've got on.
Go on, Pesk.
So Rod Wave has a new album, and just any of them songs really. Ross, you would have heard when we had our little song game at Plymouth.
I wasn't on the trip there.
On the way home?
Oh, on the way home, yeah. On the way home, it was.
We didn't do it on the way home, did we?
No, we did. You did it on the way there, apparently.
We all had to choose 2 songs, and then play it, and we have to guess who's chosen that song.
Yeah, that's good. Good
game. So I put on a Rod Wave song. I did. I can't remember what one I put. It's called. It's one of his old ones actually. It's called Bottom Boy Survivor, I think. So yeah, any of his songs. I then put a bit of Jay-Z for the gym. So yeah, it just depends what mood I'm in, really, doesn't it, Blue?
Yeah, it does. The music in the gym ranges from
Justin
Bieber.
Bieber.
Yeah, it does depend. Yeah, Justin Bieber Purpose to like
to Jay-Z or Kanye West. It just depends.
I don't know if it was on the way. I think it was on the way back. For a period, we had some Adele playing. We had like Adele playing for 10 songs. I was like, this is getting a bit sad, girls. Like, we just won. Just got Adele, singing her heart out. Like, I don't mind a bit of Adele here and there, but it was just got to a point. It was like 10 songs, maybe not 10 songs in a row, but there was a lot in a row, and I was like, this is like Pavements and all. Yeah. But it is what it is. But it is what it is. But yeah, Blue, what are you listening to? What's your music taste?
I've got a bit of a rogue on maybe an album called Vertigo by Eden. Very good, very very good. Quite good for like background music. I use it when I work. And at the minute, I'm abusing a bit of Fred Again Essentials as just work music. So that's my hits. But I think I only know one Rod Wave song, Tombstone.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the most popular one. But yeah, I quite like that song. Yeah. But other than that, that's my current hit list at the minute. What about you, Ross?
Once again, I'm a mixture of everything. But like once again, it depends on your mood, as Peskett said, and I'm sure as players, I'm sure you need some music to pump you up, but also some music to sort of settle you down and just sort of get in the zone. And yeah, I'm sure everyone, as you can hear on the coach, there's different musics here, and different genres of music, different just everything. It's a mixture of everything. You get even some old classics like in the '90s, and like a lot of you girls weren't even born when these tracks came out, but you'll listen to it, but because they are tunes, aren't they? They are tunes. Yeah. So, but yeah, music and football always comes together, and definitely when you're in the gym. I know Kieran sometimes questions your taste, Peskett, but I think you've got some good taste. I like it.
I question Kieran's taste at times. Kieran's a massive hater of Taylor Swift, and I'm not having it.
I am as well. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I think if you hate Taylor Swift, you're just trying to be too cool.
Yeah, maybe. But like, if you're in the gym, like just put a bit of Hybrid Minds on or something. Don't put Taylor Swift on.
No, I'm not saying in the gym. There's time and a place, but I think everyone needs to respect Taylor Swift's greatness. That's my opinion.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the last question. Big one, this one.
I know the answer already, Blue, and I'm disappointed. But Garrett, go, it's fine.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Big fat yes.
Good.
Disgrace.
It's nice. It's actually. I said to Ross at Plymouth, I was like, I don't know how it got brought up, but somehow pineapple on pizza got brought up, and they were like, "What's your favourite?" And I was like, "Yeah, pineapple." And he was like, "Wait." He was like, he genuinely didn't believe me. He was like, "You're not even saying it's acceptable. You are literally sitting there saying it's your favourite." And I was like, "Yes." And he genuinely, he was like, "Are you joking?" I was like, "No."
That's good for you guys.
Yeah.
So you have a choice. You got a free roam of a menu of pizza, and you go, "Yep, that."
Yeah.
Italians are hating you right now, but I'm loving it.
It's nice. I don't know why it just is. I think it just gives it a bit of something different, isn't it?
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Like, it makes it not as boring. Sometimes you get a bit bored eating pizza. If you've got a bit of like a different flavour, it makes it not as boring.
Once again, Blue, like that's not your favourite, is it? Like, that's not your favourite. Like, you don't mind it, but I don't. Yeah, I think you can add any other topping to make it.
It would be up. It would be up there.
Yes, Blue.
Disgusting. Just disgusting. Listeners, I'm so sorry about these two. I'm so sorry. Although there's sadly at the moment, Blue, I think you're in the lead in terms of Team Blue. But we've had some questionable sort of like decisions in terms of like, I don't mind it, but it wouldn't be my first choice. As I said, this question is now blurring the lines in terms of like yes or no, really. It's more, I don't mind it, but it's not my first choice. But Peskett joins Team Blue very much so. Because,
I feel really
right
strongly
there.
about it, actually.
Yeah. Just
dear.
no. Like, what else are you having with, like, you're not just having pineapple, like, just and cheese, are you? Having, like,
No,
you're having ham and
ham and mushroom.
yeah. Mushroom and pineapple. Once again, mushroom and pineapple, like the vegetable
I
and
think scrap
fruit.
mushrooms.
Maybe
Like,
scrap the mushrooms,
olives,
right? I can allow that.
Yeah.
olives, ham, pineapple.
Olives. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
olives, but not with that's fine. I mean, I would eat it. I would have it.
Have you ever tried anchovies, Pez?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's disgusting.
Oh, another thing that brought up on the table on Sophie Peskett was I went formal there, really formal. Sophie Peskett. So, I don't know why I said that. The Peskett was it became a like good half an hour chat, and I think we brought up Blue on the podcast. I think last season, is there more doors or wills in the world? And we had a good like there was a lot of discussion, a lot of debate. We're talking about every bit of will in the world and
Everyone
doors
against
everywhere.
me.
Yeah, it was.
What are you saying, Pez?
I said wheels because of like toy cars and prams. Like there's so many things, right?
Wheelbarrows.
And they're you were just arguing back with everything. Everything. They were like, yeah, but cars and like supermarkets. And I was like, yeah, but look at all the trolleys in the supermarket with wheels on them.
It's true.
So, but it was all of them against me. And then Boz come over and was like, yeah, wheels. And then Ross was like, okay, maybe. And I was thinking, why did it take Boz to agree with me for Ross to think something stupid?
Well, I'm still on the fence. I think, yeah. Like what was we had this conversation on the pod, as I said last season, but I don't know where were you, Blue, on this? I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember. I might have been wheels. But then you've got covered doors. You've got all of these. Oh, I don't know.
But then Boz said that you have to be able to walk through the door.
Yeah.
No, I've never.
But I thought that cupboard, yeah, because they were still going, yeah, but cars, and I'm like, yeah, but there's 4 wheels, and some cars have 2 doors.
Yeah.
But there's always 4.
Actually,
then you've got houses like like my house. One here, one there, one there. You got
yeah, but
door,
you've probably got quite a few chairs with wheels on them.
To be fair, I'm sitting on a chair with 4 wheels on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like some beds have like wheels. Have you not seen that?
Yeah. Once again, we can really go deep in this question and look at everywhere. I don't think there'll ever be an answer. I think there is probably an answer out there, but yeah, it's a debate you can have for a long time. But yeah, I don't know who's won it really yet. We'll find out. We've all got our own opinion on it. So it's just like pineapple on pizza. We've all got our opinion on that, and I disagree with both of you on that. But anyway, FA Cup action this weekend, a double header. The men are also playing the FA Cup on Sunday, which is just crazy. They're playing at 5 p.m. on a Sunday. So we kick off first at 1 p.m. against London Seaward at the AJ Arena, while the men play at 5 p.m. against Buxton, a non-league team. So it will be an interesting in terms of the crowd, in terms of hopefully both set of fans will want to go and watch both teams. Blue, London Seaward, we spoke about last week about the draw, an opportunity to get to the next round.
Yeah, so they're currently sitting 4th in the league below. I think the team we've played previously. But yeah, it will be a tough test like most of these teams are when they're playing against someone in the league above. They'll be looking for an upset, but we are favourites, and we love the FA Cup. And it's home, hopefully with a good crowd. So if you are listening, come along, make a day out of it. Go to our game, go to the men's game. Hopefully, 2 wins and FA Cup success.
Yeah, because both games are the FA Cup second round, so an opportunity for both teams to get to the third round. And Pesk, it's going to be your homecoming because you're likely going to play at some point. Could start FA Cup. How are you feeling for it?
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I think since coming back, I think one of the things I've been most looking forward to would be playing at Felixstowe. Just the feel that you get there, like all the fans, it's amazing. So I cannot wait. Whether I start, come on, I don't really mind whatever I'm ready for. So I'm just excited, and hopefully, as I said, no pressure, but hopefully I can come on and make an impact. showcase what I've worked hard for over the last year. So yeah.
Love it indeed. And Blue, any other business, anything else we should mention from the game? As I said, yeah, if you can go, if you are free, make it a double header of a Sunday. Skip your roast dinner, come and watch at Felix at the AGL Arena to see us play London Seaward. But yeah, Blue, any other business?
No, I don't think so. There was a couple of fixtures at the weekend in our league. A bit of an upset actually.
Yes.
So Watford played Billericay. Bit of a thriller. Billericay won that one 3-2. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a bit of a shock. You'd expect Watford to win that. But Billericay are a tough team, and we definitely know that. And then the other one was MK Dons beat London Bees 2-0, so less of a shock there, I'd say. The rest were sort of County Cup. We obviously had the 5-0 win. So yeah, all good, really.
Yeah, I remember someone told me at half time, like, Billericay are winning 3-0. Like, what? And then we saw the scoreline, 3-2. So Watford did have a little bit of a comeback there, but Billericay, I know some of our rival got a bit of a backstory with them, but fair play to Billericay, big result. And someone just beat Oxford. Somebody, if you're listening from anybody in our league team, just someone beat Oxford. Come on, can't be that hard. I know we haven't beaten them, but come on, beat them, please. But yeah, Peskett, it's been a pleasure. Any other business from yourself?
I think I've said it all. So thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, bring it on. Blue, take it away, as always.
All good. Thanks again, Pesk, for coming on. It's been fun having a chat and debate. And once again, Ross, I know you've had a busy weekend. And also big thanks to John Fowler Solicitors and Michael Kennedy. I'm going to read out your little thing, reassuring legal services you can rely on. Our little sponsor for the pod. But we'll see you after the FA Cup action next week.